my bucket of tools. Let's go tap a tree. Okay, this is the tree I'm going to tap. I know this is a maple because it's in my backyard and I see the leaves on it in the summer. I rake up the leaves in the fall. I know it's a maple. But if you're not sure if it's a maple, there's ways you can tell without looking at the leaves, because obviously there's no leaves in the winter. Look at the bark. If it's light gray with kind of scaly ridges, that's maple. If you still aren't sure by looking at the bark, you can look at the branches. Most trees have branches like this. They're asymmetrical. A maple tree has opposite branches. So each set of little branches is going to have a twin on the other side, unlike this one. So that's a maple branch. This is not. So look at the branches. If it's too tall of a tree and you can't see the branches, you can still tell by the leaves, even though it's winter. All you got to do is look on the ground because there's probably dead leaves down there. And sure enough, that looks like a maple leaf to me. So I think we've got a maple. So let's tap it. Okay, the first thing you need to do is make sure your tree is big enough to be tapped. So I'm using my little guide here, which tells me how big it needs to be. And you're supposed to measure it about 4.5 feet off the ground. So I have my tape measure. That's about 4. Okay, before we tap the tree, we want to make sure our bag is ready, because as soon as you tap it, the sap's going to flow out. You want to be able to put the bag on the tree right away. So you take your bag holder, you remove this metal ring, you take your bag, and you put the bag on this like you're putting a trash bag in a trash can. So you slip it up through the middle like this, and then you curl the sides over like this, all the way around, because this is where your sap is going to go, right into that bag. So you want to have an opening there. Then you take this metal ring, and you're going to put it back in the sap bag holder. There's 2 little edges there. This is going to rest on these 2 edges right here. So you want to kind of put it in. You might want to give it a little squeeze to slide it in there. And then you want it to come to rest on those 2 little metal edges. Just kind of pull down on it to secure it. And the spile will fit right through that hole back there. So you're ready to tap now. My spile is a 5/16 inch spile, so I'm using a 5/16 inch drill bit on my drill. I picked a spot about this far up. You could be a little bit higher or lower. Right about here is good. This spot is good because I can see it from my house too. You're going to drill in at an angle, going up like this, and go in about 2 to 3 inches. So here goes. That sap's really wet. That's a good sign. Okay. So next I'm going to clean out that hole a little bit. I'm going to use a big long nail. You could just pick a stick up off the ground and use that too. It doesn't have to be anything clean because the boiling process is going to get all the goo out of the sapping. Okay. Next we're going to put our spile in. You put in this longer end. The part with the ridge around it faces out. So you're going to put it in this way. I'm going to bang with a hammer, but I'm not going to hit the spile directly because it might break, so I'm going to use a little piece of wood. Just a junky piece of wood. Look, I can see it dripping. So I'm going to put this in here, like this. And then we're just going to bang on it a little bit. You don't want it to go too far because you need the bag holder to fit on that little ring there. So that's about as far in as you want it to go, and the sap should start coming out of that end of the spile. I got my bag all ready, so I'm going to put that on there just like this. Ta-da. So when your sap keeps dripping, your bag's going to fill up. You're going to empty your bag periodically because the sun can spoil your sap. So I'm going to show you how to get the bag off the tree and pour the sap into your storage bucket. So first thing you want to do is take the lid off your bucket. Then you just remove the bag holder from the tree. And you hold the bottom of the bag. It's going to pour out of this end right here. We're just going to pour it into the bucket. And then you just take that hole and you put it back on the tree. And then you put your lid on your bucket and seal it nice and tight. And then you can put it in your storage place.